Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful town, there lived a young man named Alex. Alex had always been curious about life, its challenges, and the path to success. He had a simple yet powerful dream: to live a meaningful life, to be successful, and to make his loved ones proud. Every summer, Alex would visit his grandfather, Thomas, who lived in a quiet cottage on the edge of town. It was during these visits that Alex would seek wisdom from his grandfather, a man whose life was filled with hard work, patience, and resilience. One bright summer afternoon, as Alex sat on the porch with his grandfather, sipping lemonade and watching the sun sink slowly behind the hills, Alex turned to him with a question that had been on his mind for some time. "Grandpa," Alex began, his voice filled with earnestness, "when I grow up, I want to be successful. Can you tell me how to become successful? What's the secret?" Grandfather Thomas looked at his grandson with a warm smile. He had lived through many seasons of life, each one teaching him a valuable lesson. After a thoughtful pause, he nodded and said, "I'll show you something, Alex. But first, let's take a walk." With a twinkle in his eye, Grandpa Thomas led Alex down the familiar dirt path behind the house to a small nursery near the edge of the property. They entered, and the air was thick with the scent of fresh earth and greenery. Grandpa Thomas picked out 2 small plants, each in its own tiny pot, and carried them back home. When they arrived, he set the plants on the porch, one on the left side of the house and the other on the right. The plant on the left was placed carefully inside the house, where it was sheltered from the harsh conditions outside, protected from the wind, rain, and the sun's scorching heat. The other plant was placed outside in the garden, exposed to the elements, where it would face whatever the world had to offer. Grandpa turned to Alex and asked, "Which of these 2 plants do you think will grow better?" Alex, always keen on answering questions, thought for a moment before responding. "The plant inside the house will grow better," he said confidently. "It's safe there. It won't have to deal with the sun, storms, or any other dangers." Grandfather Thomas chuckled softly, nodding. "Let's see what happens in the future," he said. 4 years passed. During this time, Alex continued his studies, worked hard to build a life, and pursued his dreams. But there were moments when he faced struggles, times when things didn't go as planned, when setbacks made him question whether success was truly within his reach. It was during one of these moments of doubt that Alex decided to visit his grandfather once more, seeking guidance. As he arrived at the cottage, Alex noticed that Grandpa Thomas was sitting on the same porch where they had once had their conversation. The old man's face was as wise and gentle as always, and his eyes held the calm assurance that Alex longed to understand. "Grandpa," Alex began, "last time we talked about success, but I still don't understand. How do I achieve it? I face so many challenges and it feels like I'm stuck. Nothing is as easy as I imagined." Grandpa Thomas smiled, his eyes twinkling as he stood and motioned for Alex to follow him once again. They walked together to the same spot where the 2 plants had been placed years before. They first approached the plant that had been inside the house. It was still in its pot, but it had hardly grown at all. The leaves were small and it looked weak, as though it had never been allowed to stretch out or grow strong. It had been sheltered from the world, and as a result, it had remained fragile and small. Then, they walked to the plant outside. What Alex saw took his breath away. The plant that had once been a small seedling had grown into a magnificent tree. Its branches spread wide, providing shade to the ground below. The tree stood tall and strong, a testament to the resilience that had been nurtured by the trials it had faced. "Grandpa, how is this possible?" Alex asked in awe. This tree faced storms, heavy rain, and harsh sunlight. How could it grow so tall and strong? Grandfather Thomas looked at Alex and said softly, "Alex, you see, the tree had to face challenges. It had to fight against the elements, to weather the storms and endure the heat. But in doing so, it became stronger. Its roots dug deep into the earth, and with each challenge it faced, it grew more resilient. A storm might have bent its branches, but it couldn't break the tree. The more it faced adversity, the stronger it became. Alex stood there, absorbing his grandfather's words, and then asked, "But Grandpa, isn't it dangerous to face all those challenges? Doesn't it make life harder?" Grandpa Thomas smiled gently. "Yes, Alex. Life can be hard. But the tree inside the house was never given a chance to grow strong. It was sheltered from the very things that would have made it resilient. Life isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about learning to face them head-on. Only through struggle can we truly grow. Without it, we remain weak and fragile." Alex felt a sense of clarity wash over him. He had spent so much time trying to avoid the difficulties of life, hoping that success would come easily. But now, he understood that the challenges he faced were not obstacles. They were opportunities to grow, to build strength, and to become the person he was meant to be. Grandpa Thomas placed a hand on Alex's shoulder and said, "Remember this, Alex. If you want to be successful, you must be willing to face the hardships of life. Don't run from your struggles. Embrace them. They are not punishments. They are the tools that will shape you. The more you face, the stronger you'll become." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of his grandfather's wisdom settle in his heart. He realized that the path to success was not a smooth, easy road. It was a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But these were the very things that would make him strong, just as the tree had grown strong. As he stood there, looking at the tree, Alex understood that his life's success wouldn't come from avoiding challenges, but from embracing them, learning from them, and using them to grow. The obstacles he faced were not his enemies. They were his stepping stones. "Thank you, Grandpa," Alex said softly. "I think I understand now." Grandfather Thomas smiled, his eyes full of pride. "Good. Now go and face the world with courage. And never forget, don't worry, Alex. God is testing you. Every challenge you face is a chance to grow stronger. Life, like the tree, will always have its storms. But remember, it's not the storm that defines us. It's how we weather it that makes us who we are." The moral of the story is, challenges and difficulties in life are not obstacles to avoid, but opportunities to grow stronger and become more resilient. Embrace the struggles you face, for they are the stepping stones to success. Just like the tree that grew stronger through storms, your hardships will shape you into a stronger person. Trust that every challenge is a test, and God is guiding you through it.